Welcome to the Goof and Goober Show. You decide who's the goof and who's the goober. Join Matthew and Regan as they talk all things from their own personal life questions to reviews on movies and TV shows. Now, your hosts, Regan and Matthew.
Hello, my GG Nation. It's your boys. It's your guy, Regan. I am your host this week. As you might have tell if you've been watching and listening for a while, me and Matthew, we kind of will do switch offs. And right now you're hearing the pure cool sound of Matthew Leathers as my co-host. Matthew, how are you?
Sorry, I'm chugging sparkling water.
Gosh, you're gonna be burping all day today. Well, yeah, guys, welcome to the show. We are live. If you guys aren't watching it live, we're glad you're listening on podcast, on the podcast on Spotify and all that jazz. But
Apple podcast.
Actually,
we have a Podbean too, and I didn't even know that.
What is that? I was actually thinking. I don't know what that is. I've never seen it or heard it.
It's a hosting platform.
Wow. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Wow. Learn something new every day. But yeah, guys, make sure you're here 8 p.m. every Monday. We're live. But if you're listening to Apple Podcasts or Spotify,
all of our episodes are on there.
Yeah, dude. They go on there. I had no idea. I didn't even know what it was, but we're on there, man. We're on it all. But also make sure you go like, comment, and subscribe to our Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch or whatever. Right now, though, guys, we are having a giveaway. And so if you want to, we are giving away in 12 minutes. So be ready for that. Is Kaylee doing that right now? Will she be doing that?
I've got it pulled up here.
Oh, you got it pulled up. So
I've got it pulled up.
So we'll be doing that at 8:45. And so that'll be in 12 minutes. So you still have time, if you're listening now, to go to our Instagram channel. And I think it's the first post or maybe the second post where we talk about who would be a better live action character for Moana, for Hercules, and for Superman, right? Miles Morales. So go down there, comment, like it, and you are in the drawing for the greatest merch in the universe. Matthew, can you actually pull up the merch so some people can see?
Oh, of course.
You are playing your game, aren't you? You're playing your game.
Playing my game. Kaylee, come in here and tell them that I'm not playing my game because I don't have.
Yeah, you just I can have my wife lie for me too. Don't worry about it, man.
Good. I don't freaking play my game, dude.
Yeah, I'm sure. But yeah, we were talking a little bit about in the pre-show, a little bit about Tom Cruise and all that. But yeah, here's the merch. You could give yourself a freaking nice little merch and enjoy yourself and show off to your friends and your family, and they'll be like, wow, Matthew, where'd you get that sweatshirt? And you say,
I got a podcast.
Let me tell you about this podcast. You guys listen to podcasts. You have this thing called YouTube. Oh, let me tell you about this. But exciting show today, guys. We got a lot going on. Oh gosh. Lots going on right now. 10 minutes.
Well, that's a
10
nice
minutes.
one.
Yeah.
Nice
Matthew, should we start it off? Let's do our local finds, our weekly local hauls. And we'll then kind of proceed as we need to, because we got 10 minutes until the giveaway. And then yeah. Do you want to go first?
Yeah,
because I got a
first, mine's
bunch
quick
of
and easy.
Yeah.
So I have like a little pile of giveaway stuff that we're gonna be giving away as the podcast goes on. So anytime I see something for the cheap, or I think it's that's reasonable, I could give that away on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I got myself a little giveaway pile. So to add to the giveaway pile, Luke Skywalker and Grogu
Oh,
pop figure. It's pretty friggin' nice. I was like, man, people would really like that. So I got it. To add to the list, when we hit 100 followers on Instagram or YouTube or anywhere, I've got 2 other giveaways that we're doing.
mm-hmm.
You guys remember? We've got the Jack
Ooh.
Nicholson.
That's not Jack
Or
Nicholson.
not Jack Nicholson. I'm sorry. The Joker. I'm sorry. His Joker. Who is that?
I don't know that. I don't know who that actor.
It's the older. It's the older one. And then we've got this one, the Wasp. I got this thing. I got this thing closer to Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. So I really want to get this out of my house. So let's hit 100 followers soon. So
Please. We need it.
I don't want this in my house any longer.
Okay, for my local, you're done, right?
Yeah, that's it.
That's what I thought. Okay. I had gold this week, guys. I freaking hit gold. I was on the old Facebook scrolling, and I saw it, and I was like, no way. I messaged the guy, and you know it's a good find when it's an older person, and you're like, they got the good stuff. Mm-hmm. So I contacted the guy, and he gave me this bag of just pure comics, baby, pure comics. So some of them, you know, you got your Super Squad. These are just comics I've never really heard of, but then they get to some like older, like newer Iron Man. These are like the 90s, some freaking RoboCop and Superman. And so like these ones, like super cool Iron Mans. But then they get some sweet Iron Mans, and you know they're good because you can tell these are 50 cents, guys. 50 cents, and those are old. And in honors of Flash, yeah. But let me show you my.
He's gonna bring that Flash comic to the Flash movie.
I'm bringing it to the Flash movie,
and he's gonna
we'll be there
during it.
Yep. And I'm gonna show you the ones I'm really just freaking head over heels over.
By the way, as we're commenting, how many of those did he have?
Like, what do you mean?
How many comics did he have to sell?
Oh, like third. Oh,
give us the story.
The story was I show up to this old man's house, and he's like, yeah, well, I got a bunch of these comics I'm trying to sell. I'm like, oh, really? Like, how many comics? And he's like, yeah, well, my friend gave me all of them, so I'm just selling. I'm trying to sell them. And I'm like, oh, well, can I look at them? So he goes to another garage and then opens up his garage, and there's this whole like cabinet full of boxes. And in these boxes are just these comics that he's just selling by like little piece by piece, not like a full thing. And I'm like, oh, can I look at them? And he let me have 2, the ones that weren't in this collection, but you know, this is the one I look at that friggin' Iron Man.
30 cents, man. What year is that?
That is 1968.
Dude, you need to be careful with that.
Yeah, dude, tell me about it. I have a sealed Superman comic from, I don't even know. I think I tried looking at it. It's got to be like, I think it's got to be the 70s or 80s. I don't know. I tried to find it, and then this is the Infinity Gauntlet. He had this, and it said it's a reprint released in 2018, but he got it signed by inker Joseph Rubenstein at Dallas Fan Expo. So it's signed, and I believe it's by the
original author, or writer?
Not the
drawer,
either writer or the artist. Because this one is Yang. I found out there's one on the back too, and it's Yang Peggetti at Dallas Fan Expo 2022, and I'm assuming he's also the artist, but we'll find out. You know, who knows? All right, We got about 5 minutes or 4 minutes here until the giveaway.
We'll be doing the giveaway at 9. We're gonna no more.
Oh, we're doing it at
comments
9. I thought we were doing it at 8:45.
8:45 is when the comments stop.
Oh, and then we're doing it at 9. Okay, well then let's do our main thing. Matthew and I keep been talking and in the talks about a big big announcements coming. Many people have been reaching out. You might have been listening in our previous episodes where we talk about how so many people have been asking us, hey, we want to be on it. How do I get involved? How do I get on the show? How do I become a host? And guys, we are we are in the process of doing interviews for hosts. So right now,
looks like we got our first one.
Well, I think.
I'm just listening to the Goof and Goober show, my favorite podcast. I'm listening to the audio format only on a nice little walk.
Sir,
just logging on to enjoy a nice podcast.
Robert, Rob, hello.
What is happening?
Hey, Robert.
Robert.
Hello.
Hey, Robert. You're live. You're live on air right now.
We're calling with the boys.
Robert, are you still interested in the job? Hey, Robert. Hey, Robert. How's it going? Hey,
I was just going for a nice exercise walk. Trying to.
Yeah. Are you still looking to, do the interview?
Check this out. Stand a dirt bike.
Wow.
Probably gonna get one of those.
Yeah, Robert. Are you still interested in doing the interview? It seems like you're kind of busy right now. I know
sure.
you had reached out about doing it, and you said this was a good time to give you a call.
Did I? Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I'm cool with that.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna ask you a few questions, and you can respond however you want. We got a few questions for you, and go with what you feel, kind of right off the spot.
Preferably, if you could just take off your hat too, because we're not wearing a hat, and so I feel obligated to wear a hat.
Okay.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
When I work, I like to have my cap on.
That's fine. Yeah, gotcha. Totally understand. Okay,
Rob,
guys, I'm just
more comfortable, or
guys, I'm just goofing and goobing with you. I'm goofing and goobing with you.
I knew. I kind of felt it. I'm liking the chemistry right now. I'm liking it.
Yeah,
okay, but let me ask you this first. Okay. Well, let me get you going with this first question here, Robert. Mm-hmm. Tell me how you would sell, like if you were in the state of Florida, how would you sell hot cocoa to people in the state of Florida? Let's take for example, you're outside right now. How would you go about
it? Let's say you have a stand. It's got a big banner on it. It says hot cocoa on the top, and at the bottom it said your pricing. Let's just put you in that limelight there.
$16. Okay.
Okay. For a cup of coffee or hot cocoa. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And you want me to answer that question?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I think about it and answer it at the end?
Okay, yeah, we can come back to that. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Alrighty.
We'll come back to that.
All right. Okay. We'll go to
thank you guys
2, I guess. That's fine.
Okay.
Question 2 comes from me. And I was really curious. I wanted to know. Let's say you were given an elephant. Okay, you were given an elephant, and is he running?
Robert, you listening? Are you busy right now? We could call you
I'm
back.
listening. Nope,
Okay.
I'm listening.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'll just ask the question.
Yeah. Go ahead. Okay.
Let's say you're given an elephant. You can't give it away or you can't sell it. What would you
Okay.
do with the elephant?
Uh.
I can't do this.
Uh.
Oh,
Okay. Okay.
what just happened?
Okay. Well, that was our first interview, so we're not we're not
Okay.
okay. Well, we'll keep moving, I guess.
We'll scratch that one.
We'll come back. We might have to come back to that. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. But next up, I believe we have
Can you tell
Sierra.
your son to shut up? I'm just kidding.
We should have. I'm sorry, guys.
Being
I am
so
so sorry.
loud. Like, what is he doing? He's playing freaking VR down
Just
there,
playing
or what?
Fortnite, dude. Playing
Oh,
Fortnite. That's just how he is. Next up, we should have Sierra Matic. She's coming. Oh, hi, Sierra. Am I saying it right? Matic?
Yeah.
Okay, Sierra.
Say Mad Dick. Sorry.
Oh. Okay. All right.
Okay. Nice to know. I hope your parents aren't listening to this. Just you know.
Would you like to give your a quick little intro? Or
yeah. To
just, give us a
the
little
viewers.
Intro? Like a 2-sentence.
Well, my name is Sierra.
Introduction.
I'm Sierra.
Okay.
All right.
Hello.
Thanks, Sierra.
That was more than 2
So great.
seconds.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice to
Totally good. That's totally fine, Sarah.
Okay. First interview question.
Hey,
How would you, Sierra, since I know nothing about you, how would you
okay, just give me a
explain
second. Wait, 1 second.
Okay.
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 Okay, you ready?
I'm ready. I'm
Okay.
ready now.
Yep. How would you explain the internet to a caveman?
The world is where is at your fingertips. You know everything now.
Interesting. Good answer. Wow, that's a great answer. I've never really thought about that. And where did you find that answer?
Through I guess my own knowledge and my own experience of the internet.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Sierra. That was fantastic. Wow.
That was delightful.
That's so deep too. That's so deep. Next question, Sierra.
Go for it.
What do you think of the garden gnomes? The garden gnomes.
Like the life ones or the not alive ones?
Whatever one you think of. Whatever one you want.
I guess both of them
Okay. And why?
I'm not a huge fan of them.
Okay.
I will say I think that they have a place where they belong, and it's not near me.
That's good. That's really good.
So,
okay.
I'm human.
We're all humans.
They're very fragile.
Mm-hmm.
I can't deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really good answer. Good job.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought about that one a lot. I dream about that one.
Okay. This one hits home for me. So I wanted to make sure I asked this question.
Mm-hmm.
So if you took your square footage of your room,
Cubic feet.
cubic feet, how many pennies would you fit in your room? Like if you could pick a number
Of my own room.
of your own room, not like your sister's or cousin's
Prefer your
room
personal.
or mom's room,
Okay.
Yeah.
personal room.
Your personal
Okay.
room.
Mm-hmm.
My personal room. Like where I like to hang out or like where I like to sleep.
Well, like whatever you would consider your personal space room
Yeah.
area.
I would say just from bottom to top, full,
Yeah.
or just the ground.
We'll give that viewers discretion advice. However you want it to. If you want it all the way to the ceiling.
Yeah. I'd say probably like a good, like probably 2,000, maybe 5,000.
Good answer. Good answer.
2 to 5.
Good answer.
Pennies. Okay.
Thank you.
Good answer.
Because
Wow.
they're bigger than dimes.
Just a little bit. That's what I've heard. I've heard that. Yeah. So then, Sierra, this is kind of a two-part question here. The first question I'm going to have to ask is, it's more personal, so just be ready for that. You have like a favorite, like, I mean, they go next to each other. So this question leads up to the next question I have, and completely, legal for me to ask this. Do you have like a favorite sex position that
Okay, legal.
Yeah. Did you hear what I said?
Okay. What do you mean? There's more than one?
Well, I guess my following question is like, are you going to be pregnant if we like hire you? Are you going to be pregnant? Because it's completely legal for us to ask this. I checked.
Yeah, I'm gonna
online.
Just give me 5 minutes for that one.
Easy enough. It's pretty long, if you ask me.
No.
Okay. That's good.
No.
That's just what we wanted.
You
didn't hear the answer to the first
candidates
question.
that?
Do you have an answer to the first question though?
What's
your favorite like position in like lying in things?
I mean, I guess I only know the one of, downward dog.
Okay.
So,
okay, so downward dog.
I didn't know that there were
easy
more.
enough. I think that's a safe. Someone jumped on real too fast.
You better ask. He's gonna be pregnant.
Don't worry, Will. Don't worry.
Questions all the way through.
Jeez.
And then Sierra, go ahead, Matthew, with your question here. Now you have to. You want to give the premise of these next two questions?
Oh, before we get to, did you guys get my resume?
I did not.
I sent it to you.
Okay, let me. I didn't get that message. Maybe if we have you for a.
Yeah, we got him. We got him. We're scanning him. I've got my wife. She's scanning him in the back. We're scanning them and making sure that we scan them in.
Right.
But the last question's like, if why? What makes you? If you are qualified for our show, what?
Yeah.
Like, what on your resume should we look at to know that you're qualified?
I think it speaks for itself. I think my skill sets really, really shine in that resume. And I think my skill sets would be a really good asset.
Wow.
To you guys.
Sierra, I think what we'll do, we're going to take this we can, you know what, this is going to be a great intro to this next topic that we have here.
She scanned it.
Okay,
She
good,
scanned
good.
it. I just double checking.
Yeah, well, the thing is, you sent it to, you didn't share it with both of us. That's kind of the thing. So I just had to, you know, send that over to all of us, and it's just it was kind of a, you know, hassle to do. But that's okay. That's okay. But this next part, we want to talk about. We're going to have debate topics, and you're going to have the affirmative or the deaffirmative. Okay. And
The
so
negative.
The negative.
Called the
So
negative.
I want you to have the affirmative here with why Bruce Willis and Michael J. Fox need to come back into acting. And so what that, I want you to just give us a little, like 30 seconds why you think that, right off the top.
With the affirmative that they should be coming back.
Yeah,
to
that why
acting.
Bruce Willis and Michael J. Fox need to come back to acting. And go.
I didn't know that Michael J. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, and 30 seconds is up. That's interesting. That was good. That was good. Okay, now real quick, now we're gonna have a little thing of we call it off the cuff topics. Okay.
Yeah.
And in this we're going to ask you, or we're going to tell a statement, and you're just going to have to go off the cuff and just comment, kind of like you're a host and you hear some news, and so you got to go off the cuff. Okay, here we go. First one. And here we go. In scene. Haley Bailey and E-list rapper DDG are rumored to have broken up.
Oh my gosh. Make it. Like they were really gonna make.
Yeah, I agree.
I was excited for that.
Now, Sierra, what is your favorite DDG song?
Bailey
that
is
you, yeah, but like, what was your favorite DDG song? Like, I'd say my favorite was like I'm geeking, we walking in Calabasas. Was that?
Yeah, my favorite's Faded Glory, of course.
Oof. And I mean, he also is a big Elon Musk fan. So
yeah, Faded Glory, man. DDG really good. Faded Glory. You know Faded Glory, right?
Yeah. What's your favorite line from that? What's your favorite line from that one?
I love it when they go, I faded the glory.
So good.
That's my favorite part of it.
Wow, that's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Sierra, I really appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really, and it really meant a lot to me. I felt like, wow, that was so on a personal level.
Well, Sierra, I really appreciate you jumping in and taking the time to talk with us and chat. But just remember that you're taking the affirmative of why Bruce Willis or Michael J. Fox need to come back to acting. And just remember that you take the affirmative. You're gonna, if you come back for a second interview, you will need to know that. So
okay, so I prepare for it.
Yes, and we'll touch base with you probably in the like Saturday or Sunday, just to kind of see how you're doing. Any questions you need, or yeah,
just one of those things.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Sierra. We will.
Thank you.
Thank you for the time, and we hope that.
What was your favorite episode of our show? By the way, I wanted to ask that.
Oh, that's.
Maybe she didn't hear.
That's kind of. That's the second time it's happened. They just left. It's kind of interesting. But it is 9 p.m. Real quick, Matthew, can you do the drawing real quick before we have our second or third interview?
Absolutely. We stopped all. We had my wife Kaylee look at all the comments.
Mm-hmm.
We've got.
Sorry, you little drago. All right.
Your wife doesn't count, by the way. My wife doesn't count. I don't count. You
No,
don't count.
no,
For this
no,
one.
we don't do that.
But my brother and his wife do.
But we do appreciate the support from our wives very much.
Exactly. So we're gonna go with like a little bit of a elimination style wheel spin. Okay. So as we spin the wheel, we're gonna take one off every time.
Okay.
So we've got Brendan Carter from Texas, Ethan, our boy Ethan, little E Draco.
He's in the chat right now.
He's in the chat. What up, you little Draco? Yeah, you're late. We've got Max Mosier over at the Infinity Bros podcast, Julianne, and my little brother. So,
all right, spin this bad boy.
I'm gonna spin this, but I want to see quickly how long is it actually.
Just spin it.
We go forever.
Oh gosh.
I know, but gosh. Click the spin. All right.
And looks like Max is
Max, you are eliminated.
We're doing the elimination, not the. Okay.
Yep.
There we go. Spin that bad boy.
Next up. Here we go. And my little brother.
Sucks. That's eliminated. Ethan,
get out of
man, Ethan. I'm rooting for Ethan here right now, guys.
Look, Ethan, give us a little synopsis. Well, how are you gonna feel if you win this thing? Let us know in the comments. How are you gonna feel? Next up here, going for the third elimination here. The third elimination.
Not red.
The third elimination. Julianne.
Oh man. 50-50 here, Ethan.
Okay, Ethan. How are you feeling, man? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
50-50 at this point, Ethan. You are 50-50 at this point.
Yeah, 50-50. That's not terrible luck. You've survived this long. All right, do it.
Survived this long.
Here we go.
Knock this out. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and
oh boy. Come on.
Ethan!
No!
Ah!
Oh, I'm so sorry, Ethan.
Congratulations
for Brendan
Draco. Oh wait, no, it's removed. Oh no, Brendan's the winner.
Yeah, Brendan was one.
I'm sorry, I forgot it was elimination. I got your hopes up. Sorry, little Draco.
Oh man, I cannot believe you.
Because it's a miracle.
Congratulations, Brendan. We will contact you with the info and what you want, and we'll get you going with that, my guy.
Yes, sir. Let me take a quick little snippet really fast. You are the last one here. Perfect.
Get out of there. Actually, you need to stop leaving her alone. She's obviously scared, buddy. All righty. Here we go.
All righty.
All right.
So we're gonna continue with the with our interviews. We've got another.
We got two more
here.
interviews set up here, lined up for a boy. We can. Oh, geez, somebody. Oh, you just signed in. But Brendan. Yeah, Brendan, congratulations. It's so good to be, and not even just winning this this giveaway, but winning the very first giveaway of the GG Nation. That I think that get some applause for that. Am I right, boys, or am I right?
Yes, you're so right. Alrighty.
Well, I don't know where our that's kind of our interviewer is a little late, and it's kind of awkward because this third person is actually fun fact, he's my brother. He reached out to me, he wanted to be part of it, And this is kind of like on me a little bit. It's kind of showing my character, and it's
kind of a bad look.
Yeah. I'm really sorry about this. I'm trying to get him to get on right now. Really? I mean, you did see him for a little bit in the show, and now I am so sorry about this. Maybe let me. I got to give him a call. I feel like I got to give him a call here. This is so embarrassing. Oh, wait, here we go.
Come on.
There he is.
The right time this time.
Well, a little late, but that's okay. That is okay. Just it's all right. It's all right. It's all right with kind of how it goes. Riley, just real quick, introduce everyone listening, welcome to Riley to the show. Riley, you want to give us a little 2-sentence a little bit about yourself and why we should hire you?
So my name is Riley. I am obviously the brother. You could probably just tell that by looks. Not even knowing my last name. So there's obviously some pretty good chemistry there already.
No, chemistry.
Yep. I'm a family. Got 3 boys. I feel like I'm relatable to the average consumer. I am pretty well versed in the realm of marketing. That's kind of my current job, my current role.
Interesting.
So I feel like I have a lot to add from that perspective.
Okay.
But certainly we can get into some of that if you guys would like.
Yeah.
Good to see you too. I'm sorry for not into the middle of this interview thing.
We were waiting on you for a little bit, so that's why.
Okay, that's why we jumped in. I hate to
no hard
behind.
Hey, no hard feelings. No hard feelings. We are on a tight ship, but that's okay. We're going to start off with the first question for you, though, Riley. The first question that we have for you is why aren't manhole covers square?
That's a great question, and the reason is manhole covers drop them into the manhole. And so they made them round. So as long as you got a rim all the way around, that there's no that circle any way where it could drop into it versus a rectangular manhole cover. You would be able to turn it up it down if you turned it sideways, and because that would be a huge mess and a huge safety concern.
Interesting. Okay.
It's a really relatable question, so thanks for asking it. I mean, that's right on course with podcasting. I mean, everyone's got to know that. Right?
Everybody who's been dying, that's one of the questions everybody's been asking on our chat. So we have 6 people watching right now, so it's getting big. It's getting big. So
welcome.
All right,
welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was curious why are manholes round?
Manholes in general.
Axel.
It has a lot to do with the way that they're manufactured, to be honest. Some areas do make rectangular manholes. Are you talking about manhole covers or like the themselves?
Yeah.
Pre-estimates. First of all, so let's just get this squared away. The listeners understand why you guys are asking me these questions about manholes, because I don't know if I've done proper included that in my introduction.
Oh,
Yes.
I mean, you had 2 sentences to kind of describe who you were, and
None of that included what my background. Well, some of it did.
yeah.
Specifics of it.
That's all right.
Yeah,
You just
I
answer how
guess,
you would feel.
Why are they round? Man,
Well, a lot of
I've
it
been
has to
thinking
do with
about this for
where
a really long time.
well, at the bottom of every manhole, there's pipes connected into them, right?
Right.
And if they're rectangular, you're kind of limited with how you. Like it's hard to bring them in at an angle and make good connections. So they may rotate. You can put openings in it, and you're good. You don't have to worry about some corner of a square. It's just hard to do.
You're so science guy. You're such a science guy, man.
I am so science. That's what my wife tells me all the time.
You're just a science guy. Wow. That's exactly what we were looking for. The answers. I mean, right answer, obviously.
Good.
B Diddy 54 just said nerd. I don't know what that is in reference to, but I don't know.
Anyone with the name B Diddy 54 sounds like he's like maybe a 50-year-old man sitting on his lap.
That's what I thought too. Okay, here we go. This is your next question, Riley. How would you find a needle in a haystack? How would you go about that?
Well, if we're talking, more than likely I'd take a magnet to the whole stack and little by little take away those needles. Because I don't want to touch nothing like that. So
my.
Small enough so I could examine.
This is. Well, we have a very top line stereo system, production system. Yes.
Yeah. Not stereo.
Well, yeah. So, wow.
Our previous interviewer said something completely different. So that's a really
kind
good,
of weird. Yeah.
They're bad with because either way, I don't want to make anyone look bad. So maybe I should.
You would definitely
make
make people look bad.
You're
That's for sure.
You're definitely looking good, man.
Good. Real good.
Do you
ahead.
think you'll ever be disabled?
Do I think I'll ever be disabled?
These are legal questions that we can ask. We
These are
checked
legal
online.
questions.
Yeah, just to let you know.
Well,
like
if this foreseeably, it could happen. Particularly in my old age, I'm prone to accidents, and once I get to be like, I don't know, 70, 80, I'm probably gonna do some slipping and falling, and I'm gonna be probably overconfident in my old age. So at that point, I would probably be disabled. But I've got a pretty good health record, so at this age, I'm kind of in my prime right now.
Okay.
So you're saying it's like all downhill at this point, basically.
That's what being in your prime means. Yeah. I've got nowhere to go but down, but from here. So get me while I'm hot.
Get me out of this,
because I'm not going to get any better than this.
Do you know how long you'll be in your prime for?
Well, yeah, I guess I'm kind of plateaued for the. It might extend like a couple years, but then it's gonna take a little bit of a dip, but it'll be a gradual. It'll be gradual.
Oh,
even when I'm 80, I'll still be peak level.
Oh yeah, especially with that drink. Oh yeah. All right.
Can you give us a demonstration on how levels work in graphs?
Yeah, levels work in different integers with whole numbers, fractional numbers, Pythagorean, Serenial.
So let's use like pizza for an example.
Yeah.
Like give us like a supply and demand
Yeah, you got supply coming in like this, like in a deterginal access is fragmented, and then the commissions coming in at a.
So where on the put the graph back up?
Oh, yep. Here we go.
So Riley, where do you see yourself on that graph here? If you imagine a XY axis, I'll draw it for you so you can see it. This is an XY. This is an XY axis.
Yeah. So compare
and then
like
you put that on there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So on top
Yep,
of
I'm
this,
familiar with
supply
standard scatter plots. I'll answer your question with
just tell me when to stop. Okay.
Charts.
Hey.
That's what we like to hear.
That's yeah. Oh wow. Wow. That is amazing. Okay. I don't know where that sound's coming from, but
haters, man.
Definitely not for me. Yeah,
haters gonna hate.
Well, here we go with the next. So this is a part of where we have a little synopsis of like something that you have to kind of explain and why. So kind of like a debate form. So one of the topics that I want you to give a negative towards is kind of why Bruce Willis and Michael J. Fox need to come back to acting. So you'd be the negative. So why they don't. Yes. So you got like
negative is.
Yeah. Tell me about
I got it.
Okay, go ahead.
Bruce Willis has lived a long life. He's made some quality movies. Let's go back to your plots for a second. Plot out the box office numbers on.
Yep.
You tell me which way they've gone since Die Hard. Specifically,
a little peek.
even cards themselves, and you'll see kind of a trend from the earlier ones to where I mean, now it's time for him to really die hard. But no disrespect to Bruce Willis. Love the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Some quality films. Red was great.
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
One of them is, at least. First one. It's fantastic.
Oh, 100%.
Me and all my boys circle around that TV screen on Christmas Eve and watch ourselves some Die Hard, get in the true Christmas spirit.
Oh, baby, yeah.
So why wouldn't you want to get into the Christmas spirit with some Bruce Willis again?
But because I already can. Die Hard's already a film, and I love it, and there's no reason to try when it's there, and you can. It's at your fingertips. You literally. I'll rent that in my life if I have to. It's a good film. Puts together some quality action films specifically, and I've always enjoyed them. But when they're right, you see what that does to NFL. They think they can. They've refused pay cuts and they try to go somewhere else and get a big contract because they think they still got a little left in the tank. You don't. And
I love the sports analogy. It's so good. It's so good.
You know me, Regan. You know me.
Yeah. I just didn't want to say anything. So the next thing I wanted to go about is, Matthew, did you want to do this one or?
I was just thinking, because in podcasting, it's really like when we get thrown information, we have to be able to react to information. We have to be able to have thoughtful conversation off of information that we may not know much about. So Tom Cruise reportedly was not happy with Barbie and Oppenheimer making into IMAX screens.
Off the cuff. Go.
Tom Cruise is not happy about this.
That's what the article
One
said.
bit.
Tom Cruise needs to stick with what Tom Cruise knows. Thrilling action films that
Mhm.
get your blood pumping,
Mhm.
right? Barbie is not one of those films.
Mm.
That'd be like Eminem trying to tell Taylor Swift. It doesn't make any
Oh.
sense, right? It's a totally different genre, a different type of group
wow.
of people. And
Mhm.
frankly, let's be honest. Tom Cruise, which I love Tom Cruise as an actor, acting questionable to say the least. So I'm not.
Regan, what was your favorite Tom Cruise movie?
Favorite Tom Cruise?
Yeah, movie.
I wasn't allowed to watch Tom Cruise when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah, our dad.
But you did
was,
still.
Yeah, but I wasn't allowed to. So I if my dad finds out that I watched it, I'm in big trouble. So I'd rather
Bradley, why
not.
couldn't you guys watch it when you guys were
Days of Thunder.
Oh, Bradley, what would you?
younger?
And if Dad's listening to this right now, Regan, because you listen to that, or you listen to that. Yeah, you just listen to the audio of the VHS. You don't even like the movie. You just want
just straight up audio. Close my eyes the whole time.
We had to,
Speaking of Days
We had
of
Mission
Thunder,
Impossible too.
Yeah, just the second one.
Yeah, we had that. Yeah.
speaking of
my
Days
dad
of
would-
Thunder,
Oh gosh.
it reminds me, we still need to make a trip to Vegas. The
Oh,
boys,
man,
the
the
Thunder
boys.
Down Under, baby. Thunder Down
Yeah.
Under.
Well, we got to keep going, guys.
guys are in that?
We
Oh,
don't want
yeah.
to talk about it. Thank you,
I-
Riley, for showing up. We will be in touch for round twos. Appreciate it.
You
All
know, I appreciate.
Oh, it just did it again. This is really
Just
weird.
have like the last.
I don't know if it's like, what in the heck is it?
Are you lagging?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. This is a whole new experience for me, and you know what? We probably could have made a whole show on this, and I didn't think it would be this long. And I'm sorry to the people who've been involved, because I told them 8:30 to 9 o'clock is when we'd get this whole thing done, and oh boy, was I off.
There's no way.
And
Is that all of them?
well, we do have a couple more, I think, here. Looks like we have one guy. I don't know if he's on. Well, we'll see what happens. We're behind a little schedule, so let me text him here. Oh, here we go.
Oh, he left.
Oh gosh, this is I saw him on. Usually it pops up a little bit and then he'll come back on. I don't know what's happening. Oh, here we go. There he is.
Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
Nick. Oh, Nick, how are you doing? Nick, can you hear us? Oh, good. Good.
Yep.
Good to hear you.
Nanu. Mina mana nini mana.
Nick, welcome to the podcast. We appreciate you reaching out and applying for the job and sounding so eager to be a part of the are you just don't worry about it. I guess
No. They're
I guess
ordering
we'll
Taco Bell.
Did you get one from me too, Zach? Okay.
That's okay. I guess, I mean, we were late. That's I'm gonna play. That's on us. That's on us.
Yeah, man's got to eat.
Yeah,
Man's
gotta eat.
man's gotta
Real
subsistence.
quick, Nick, give us a little synopsis of who you are and why we should hire you.
Oh. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna turn on the cabin lighting here, Zach. Look at this.
Yeah,
It's a
hey,
flattering light.
it's all right. It happens. It happens.
Sorry. Can you repeat the question?
Yeah. The question was, tell us a little bit about who you are and why we should hire you specifically.
Yeah. A little bit about myself. I'm a Leo. I'm born in a hospital. I was voted most likely to become an evil scientist in high school, which tells you two things, which are the only two things you need to know about why you should hire me for the job. Number one, I'm smart and driven towards the sciences. Number two, I have a little bit of moral ambiguity, which, let's be honest, those are the funnest coworkers. So that's pretty much it.
That's good. That's real good. Wow.
So I guess
when can I start? Or sorry,
well, yeah,
well, we're not
quite
can you
done.
Tell me more about the benefits.
Yeah, we'll get into that in just a second.
Yeah, Matthew,
I just
go
wanted
ahead.
to dig into something because you said you were like an evil scientist. So, like, how would you test a calculator?
How would I test a calculator? Sorry, what?
As an evil as an evil scientist that you said you proclaimed that you were.
I would like to clarify a statement that I made. I was voted most likely to become an evil scientist.
Okay. So I guess if you've taken the mantra of that, because you said I'm taking like word for word, you said I'm taking the mantra of becoming an evil scientist. How would you test a calculator?
It depends what you mean by test. Do you mean to verify that it's accurate? Or do you mean...
Interesting.
Yeah, what do you mean by the question?
That's interesting.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Oh, that was good. That was really good. That's deep. Really
That's good. Next question.
Yeah, so Nick, wait. Oh, geez. So
okay,
let's say, how would you solve problems if you were on the planet Mars? Ever heard of the planet Mars?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So, like, if you were on planet Mars, how would you solve problems there?
I would solve problems to the best of my ability. I guess it depends what the problem is. A lot of different problems you can have on Mars. You could have problems growing potatoes. You could have problems with containing oxygen. You could have problems with the extreme temperature swings. You could have marital problems. Husband to the audience, am I right?
So good. So good.
I think most of the problems on Mars are they're about the same on Earth.
Okay. Well,
where are you gonna get your water from?
Water from? That's a good question. There's some traces of water in some Martian regolith, so you can use some processes to separate it and also produce oxygen from the regolith. So that's one idea. The other idea, Amazon. I don't know.
Okay. Wow. Thank you. Next question, Matthew.
Yeah, that was really good. So like, this was when I was told that you were gonna come on, Nick. I really thought about this question. If you were to design a space rack for the blind, how would you do it?
I thought you asked spice.
Yeah, spice rack.
Oh.
I'm sorry, did you say spacecraft or spice rack?
Spice rack for the blind. How would you do it?
A spice rack for the blind. Well, I would have the design be many columns, and on each column have some Morse code, either to the bottom or the sides of each, as well as Braille, so that you could determine the spice placement by touch, by feel, maybe also on the caps once the spice is out. That way you could obtain the right spice, know what you're using.
Okay, now so tell me, this is completely legal. Tell me about your age. I need to know. I just need to know a little bit about your age before we can hire you. Completely legal. Completely
We looked
legal.
it up online.
Yeah,
Dang,
H&R Block.
Age, what are you, the woman at the bar last weekend? Let's just say, I'll tell you the same thing I told her.
This guy! Woo! So, anything about your age?
Like a range?
Old enough.
Yep. Wow.
Old enough to gamble, smoke, drink, take out auto insurance without the added young driver premium. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you rent a car though?
Oh yes.
He can rent a car, so he's above the age of 25.
He's at least 25. Oh gosh. Yeah. Matthew, you want to ask the next question?
Yeah. So we were curious. So we wanted to set you up with like a debate scenario where you take the affirmative. Do you know what the affirmative is?
Yes. I did get triggered a little bit when you said I want to, because there's a small thread of a story of people on this podcast setting me up with things. But maybe that's for maybe that's for another episode. I don't know.
This guy's unhooked.
He's unhooked.
Oh, sorry.
So why is CSI Miami the greatest TV show of all time? You have the affirmative.
Yep. 30 seconds. Yeah. Go.
I say the intro, unparalleled, unmatched, universal, gets my blood pumping every time you hear it. The one-liners, it gets you ready to enter into a land of cinema. Number 2, the cityscapes and soundscapes of Miami as a city. It's full of potential, corruption, beauty, mystery.
Yeah,
it's a reflection of the complicated cornucopia that is this nation, as well as Riposo.
Wow. Guys, calm it down. Hey,
you in the back.
Guys, calm it down, guys.
Stop.
Guys, it's just an interview, guys. It's not that big of a deal, okay? It's just an interview. Okay. All right, calm it down. All right. Okay. All right. So we have a little off the cuff topic here for you, Nick. And we're going to give you a statement and you got to go off the cuff here as a streamer, as a podcaster. You got to get information and you have to comment with little information. Okay. Yeah. So this is your, the information that you have. Discovery of a hidden painting during the restoration of a church has people wondering if dragons are real. Go.
Yeah, so people found this painting, and they were wondering, are dragons real? But there are paintings of things that aren't real that we find all the time. Mm-hmm. Perhaps imaginations, fantasies, perhaps visions. But the real question is, could you imagine dragons? Because if you can imagine dragons, you could imagine imagine dragons in paintings, is what I would like to say. So I would like to say the possibility is there, and there's a bigger story there to be explored.
Wow, that was deep. That was good, and the crowd loved it. You did great. Nick, thank you so much for coming on. And
Regan,
I
imagine
hope
if you could dragon these nuts across your face. That'd be so nice.
Oh!
Got him.
I had enough of you guys. Oh wait, remove Nick. Okay, thank you. Okay, that one I had to remove
totally
Nick.
Freaking got you.
Yeah, well, guys, that was one of the final interviews that we had for the night. And thank you guys for all participating. There will be a round 2 of interviews that we will have possibly next week or the week prior. But stay tuned, be ready, interviews to come. And just to let you know, the questions about your age, if you're married and pregnant or you're disabled, weren't were real. They're legal. So if you look it up, it's real. Moving on, and we are getting into the good stuff now. We're going to get into Transformers. It's going to be a long podcast tonight. That's for sure. It is a long one. We're at an hour and 36 minutes, probably. But let's get into this. Transformers. Rise of the Beast. This is okay. During the 90s, a new faction of Transformers, the Maximals, joined the Autobots as allies in the battle for Earth. This has none other than Anthony Ramos. Oh my gosh, I can't read. Dominique Fishback, Luna Velez, Dean Vasquez, Toby Nui. I don't even know, dude.
Regan is so horrible with names.
I'm really bad with names, dude. I am so bad. But I mean, you got Peter Cullen, Pete David's in this, Ron Perlman, Peter Dinklage. Who else? Anyone else famous that anyone would notice? Michael Kelly, but he showed up at the end. That girl looks like what's her face? But yeah, so this is a well, first off, let's just get right into the spoilers. We have a little spoiler here. If you guys haven't seen it and kind of want to see it and don't want to be spoiled, it's time for you to go then. And come back. Yeah, obviously come back and listen to the rest. And but guys, we're getting into it. Matthew, let's go right off the cuff. What your thoughts and rating? Go.
My thoughts. I am going to give it a 3.7 out of 5.
Oh.
I somewhat enjoyed this movie. It was pretty good. I thought there was a lot of action. There was a lot of cool moments in the movie. There were some flaws in the movie that I was like, not a huge fan of. But overall, I give it a 3.5 or 3.7 out of 5. I would definitely watch it again. I think it
really.
I think I think it was a good movie. I would think it was good enough for me to watch it again. But it's not like something I'm like, you gotta check this out. This ain't no Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Let's just say that.
No,
this is like you go get some Taco Bell, you take it home, you eat it, and you know you're gonna poop mid-movie type.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be okay.
You're gonna let it run.
You're gonna be okay
bit.
going to the bathroom mid-movie.
Mm-hmm.
If you get a
Taking
movie like
nap,
Across the Spider,
maybe you take a nap through it, and you
take a nap through it. Yep. But this one's one that you would. Was it worth watching it in 3D, or do you prefer standard? I think standard would have been just fine. 3D really didn't hit home for me. It wasn't that good.
I agree. I didn't think the 3D was very. They put a whole lot of effort into their 3D, and they made it like right when we got in the movie
I was
theater.
just watching the movie.
Right. It just felt like I was watching a movie, and then sometimes they I don't know. It wasn't that good in 3D. I think if you want to watch this in standard, you're not missing out with anything 3D. If you want to watch something in 3D, I'd suggest maybe watching Avatar, which I've heard really great things about. But Matthew, I are you done with your rating? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Last
that's
time I
my just
listened
quick
to
little
us,
score.
I realized I interrupt you, and I'm sorry for that. I want to
Yeah,
publicly.
you always do.
I want to publicly apologize because I shouldn't do that. He was like, Regan, shut your mouth and let Matthew talk when I was listening to it. And if
I
I do,
really had a good time. Let's just say that. It was good. It was a fun time. The boys.
yeah, what?
The boys, 9:00 at night, 3D, just the boys. Like,
it got crazy.
It was a good time. It was a
It
good
got
time.
so crazy.
Yep.
Well, for me, this is not a good movie to me. I didn't like it. I thought it was boring compared to all the other Transformers that have surpassed it. This is a movie that I didn't like. It just, nothing really new came out of it. And then they try to make something new with Optimus Primal, which just is stupid. Optimus Prime and then Optimus Primal. Whoa, that's a great name. That's just dumb. And I don't think that was a good idea for them to go with. I think they could have done a lot better job. I actually just got done watching Bumblebee, the movie. I actually like that movie. That was a good movie. I think that Transformers needs to focus on individual characters. I think what they should do is make a Optimus Prime type movie, and I think that would go well with their audience because people love Optimus Prime. They love Bumblebee, that's for sure. You know, Bumblebee has been a fan favorite, but they need to get the main character liked, just like in Marvel. People loved Iron Man, and that was for sure one of my, I think Optimus Prime is one of, people like him, but they don't really focus on him in any of these movies. And he's one of those characters that is kind of more just shaded. Like you don't know, you know him, but you don't know him. He's just this guy that shows up, obviously, and people love Bumblebee, and it's just interesting. And so for me, I'd give this a whole like 2.6, 2.4. It just wasn't hitting me. Yeah, the action was good, but that's just pretty much all Transformer movies. It was just a regular Transformer movie. And yeah. My favorite Transformer though, if I were to say, I mean, Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime is a BA guy, and they need to go with him as their leader, and they need to show it by not just going with Bumblebee all the time. They've given the spotlight to Bumblebee. Now it's time for Optimus Prime to take his role.
Get his own movie, like a backstory movie. That would be really cool.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
I would like that.
They need to focus more on him and get more about what's going on with him. I don't know. I think that's just something that Transformers directors need to focus more on. And I mean, I could talk about the good things about this movie. Like I said, like the action was good, but usually that's just Transformers movies. In any other Transformer movie you go and watch, the action's really good.
What did you want out of that movie? Like, what would have made that better? Like the story, the characters for sure. I didn't I didn't relate with any of the characters. It just not, it took a while for the whole story to unfold too, because and they're not really going with any story, because this is kind of a follow-up of Bumblebee, and they could have gone with the girl from Bumblebee. I forget what her name is. Haley
to go
Steinfeld?
with, yeah, I think
the one who
her.
plays.
Yep, yeah, Charlie. And so like they could have gone with that and been like, okay, we're going to kind of go with the story, and we need to like kind of stick with the guy, because I mean I think that's what their intention was from the very first Transformers movie with Shia LaBeouf. But that didn't span out well for them as much as they wanted. But to me, it's just like, you guys, you got to go with the story, and that's people can follow, and not just all these weird, like basically like movies that have nothing to do with the previous one. They're all just their own movie. They're not really going off of any like a major plot point. Yeah, you can go with different movies and having plots there, but there's no major plot points that these movies are following. And that's just what they need to figure out with Transformers is, I mean, I guess the big major plot point is defeating the Decepticons, but like, I mean, that's
who's the leader of the Decepticons?
Yeah, they haven't really defined that. They haven't really made that known. They just
other
like
than this
bring
Planet Eater.
Well, that's not. He wasn't even a Decepticon. I don't think they even defined him as a Decepticon. Did they?
I think so. I mean, they all transformed into.
Well, yeah, just because, but that's yeah. But I don't think like they also have people that would say like I'm not a Decepticon or Autobot. I'm whatever. They have different like.
I gotta go back and watch the old ones, the Shia LaBeouf season or trilogy.
I do. Well, it wasn't even a trilogy. It was a two movies. It was 1 and 2, and was it? Oh, yep. Dude, I don't even think I even watched the third one. Wait, what was the second one about? I didn't watch. Oh, I watched the third one just the other day. I haven't watched the second one.
Transformers: Revenge of
the
Fallen.
I mean, the Optimus Prime guy has been there from the get-go. You know, this guy, and kudos to this guy. He's got an amazing voice, and yeah, I mean, man, what did you really like about what did you like about this movie?
Well, first, before I talk a little bit more about it, we got a chatter who asked us what icy flavor do we guys get, because that plays a huge role in what movie we like.
It's the same one every time, maybe. Same one every time.
What is it?
Blueberry. Mm-hmm.
Blue raspberry. That's what it is.
I don't know. That's the blue
one.
That's all I know.
I had an orange one at the Imagine Waconia a couple weeks ago.
What is that?
Let me tell you what.
Is that
the orange one better than all of them that's come out?
Well, let me know about what good old slushy you guys like. What's your favorite
slushy? Not slushy. It's an icy.
Whatever you
Minnesota people. It's called a Slurpee, though. That's what it's called. Slurpee boys. Slurpees.
But yeah, what did you like about this movie?
So what I liked about it was, well, first off, when I think Transformers, I think all action, right? So some of the story faltered a little bit. Obviously, there were some parts of the story where I was like, I'm not a huge fan of the direction that they're taking. And some of the things that the guy, the decisions that what's his name, Noah Diaz, Anthony Ramos, his character made, like, he's just this guy that, like, he's like, let me help you. Let me help the Transformers fight the the bad guys. And to me, I'm just thinking, how are you going to help? You're just a guy. What are you going to do? Shoot a gun at these? They're bulletproof, or, you know, like they'll be minimum damage. Exactly. And so obviously you get someone who's smaller. You see Shia LaBeouf, who was able to help in the first Transformers.
And that's how you should do it.
But all he did was take the cube and run. Take the cube and run, and we'll defend you. Right? But they took the premise that this human is going to be a bigger role in the fighting scene. Transformers Rise of the Beast, more like Transformers Rise of Interest Rates.
Oh, that deserves a nice one. That was good.
Yeah, so at the end of the movie, basically the premise is that they're trying to build up that a human can become a Transformer, basically, and they'll get a suit to wear as a Transformer. And I don't know if like the cartoons that they've been making, because I think they have a kids cartoon. I don't know if that's in there. I don't know how realistic that is, but
That's just
basically at the end, his car Mirage ends up dying, and he's like, "Here, take my pieces," and then he forms this like Iron Man Power Ranger suit.
please.
And yeah, it was cool, but it's like, come on, this isn't like, come on, this is stupid.
If they did that with freaking Shia LaBeouf, that would have been so cool.
100%.
That would have, like, nobody would have been like, oh, they stole that from Iron Man or anything like that. Now you're doing that. It's just like, this is not the best time to do it. You know, people are going to be.
We get the Ironheart from Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
We get.
Now you got the Blue Beetle, and now it's the Transformers. It's just like, guys, come on. We got to be original here now.
Yep.
You had your shot. You could have done this. Like Shia LaBeouf, he would have probably like
killed
the
it.
guy. Yeah, he would have killed it. It was like, and this was in his times where his acting was like his life. You know,
he was
this
in his
is
prime.
Yeah, his prime of acting, and it's just like you fumbled the ball here, and now you're trying to pick it up with this movie. It just kind of I didn't like just where they're going with it. Yeah, the action was cool, but so was all the other Transformer movies. So you got to do something different. You got to do something that's going to get people, and I don't think they really made this to be that. And I just thought also the whole thing with him, the suit at the end was just dumb. Just so
what
dumb.
I also wasn't a huge fan of, and maybe this is just me, I just feel like there wasn't a lot of diversity in this movie. There wasn't a lot of white people in this movie. There wasn't a lot of Hispanics.
Well,
there was just
technically
only like
there were white people, but there were robots.
Oh, they were robots. I'm sorry.
Optimus Prime's white. Mirage is white.
After talking
Optimus Primal.
And
Scourge.
Our Bonita fish big. I don't know what a bonita fish is. Bonita fish.
Bonita.
I think they're pretty big.
You're huge.
I don't know. After like talking to Ryan about movies and stuff like that, I start to pick up on like, is a movie starting to get woke? You know, if it's partially woke, or if there's pieces in it where it was woke, and there were some pieces where I'm like, that's a little woke. And every movie that comes out, I'm like, I'm pinpointing more and more things.
Yeah.
So like, and I just felt, I was like, I can see it now. And I'm not going to go into a conversation of wokeness because that'll open up a huge can of friggin' worms.
But
I'm noticing it.
Wormies. Yeah, I think that's just what our movies are really turning into, more of just this woke fest. I agree. I don't know. It's weird. It's just the way of life now, I guess, you know, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think there was a whole lot for me else to say about this movie besides that it just didn't get me from the beginning.
This guy's only 5'9", by the way.
Yeah, he's not
Anthony Ramos. He's a little baby.
It's just I'm just not impressed. I just want them to do better. I think they have a great franchise with the Transformers, and they can do so much with this, but they're dropping the ball big time with what they're doing. And
should have got Tom Holland.
Oh man,
he could have done it.
I mean, everybody loves Tom Holland. I mean, the man is now America's, what do you
Hot
call
top
it?
Model.
Yeah, next top model or whatever you call it. I don't know what you call him, but he's that. Yeah, I mean, he'd freaking kill it. But like the other thing, is the story. They got to get the story right and have a franchise, because this is a franchise and they can make multiple movies off it. This is what is it, like the 10th one or the 7th and the 8th. That's 5.
I have no idea.
6, 7. It's probably the 8th movie they've made. That's right up there with yeah, and that's what I'm saying. The origin movies, what I don't know.
Origin stories and lore. 100%.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what I'm saying is that they need to either go in depth with their characters and get to know Optimus Prime, get to know some of these characters that we don't know about, like Mirage, and I think they focus more on Mirage on this one but they just need to focus more on a different character. Yeah, but I don't know. Matthew, you got anything else you want to?
No.
Well, you got anything else you want to add?
They also played this like weird, like they tried to like build on this weird romance thing with the girl in the movie. What was her name?
RC.
RC. No,
or you mean Elena?
Elena, yeah, there you go. They tried to play like this weird like romance between them, but then it wasn't really a romance, and it was like I don't know. It was just kind of weird. I felt like really awkward through it. I was like, oh, are they gonna get together? Are they like, do they like each other? Or, obviously he's doing what he can to protect her in the movie. What I did think was cool. Good morrow. I don't know what that means. Let me look it up.
Tomorrow. Good. I think he's saying goodbye.
What does good morrow mean? Good morning, then to come, in spite of sorrow, and at my window bid good morrow. John Milton.
Well, I agree with Lewis Scott 13 that we were saying before that they need to do what they did with Bumblebee.
Oh, 100% agree. 100% agree. But what I was going to say is, in the movie, like they could have added like an extra 10 minutes, give some backstory on the veteran, whatever his name is, Noah. Because like going into it, you're just like, I would have loved to see why he got kicked out, how he got kicked out. That would have been a lot more information for me. I'm a huge like context person when it comes to movie. I like to see context. I don't like to try to put everything together. That's what I would have liked. What I did like about the movie is when Mirage gave him the little hand fist gun thing. And I thought it was funny because he was running around getting chased by the Decepticon thing. And he's just running around. And I'm just thinking to myself, it's probably a gun. You should probably shoot it. Like, why would he give it to you just for communication? Like, use it. And then all of a sudden he uses it, and she's Elena, she's like, that's a gun? You could have used that earlier. Like, I was laughing because deep down, I knew there was a gun in there. I was like, come on. He wouldn't have put that on you for no reason. But
they gave it to him and didn't even tell him.
Yeah, they just said, here you go. And he was like, oh, all right, cool. And that was it. But yeah, I also like the fact that at the end of the movie, they bring him to the job interview and they're like, you saved the world. We're going to cover your brother's expenses for his medical. And then all of a sudden they were like, but we want you to join us, basically. And he's like, no. And then the guy was like just weird flexing on him. He opened up the door and he was like, you sure? And the guy was like, whoa, what is this?
Is this it?
This is so cool. But like, I'm also curious, how did they know Noah was there?
They I don't know. That they're in the 90s.
It's not like there's video. There's like
right. That's what I'm
live
saying
streaming
too. Yeah.
So
let me pull up Netflix. No, I agree. I don't know too much because they are kind of opening it up to a new kind
like
of
a new
story, but I just don't know if this is the way to go with the actors that they have and the Optimus Primal guy. I think they could do better than what they have.
I think Optimus Primal is a cool concept.
Optimus Primal.
Yeah, I think it's a cool concept.
I think it's a cool concept, but they ruined it by the name. It just makes no sense to me.
What would you change it to?
I don't know, something better than that. I don't get paid millions of dollars just to name something. I don't know.
Optimus Gorilla Smash.
Maybe I'm
deep down, like there is a lot for us to talk about, but there's really not, because it's just basically an action movie, right?
It
like
really
that's
is.
basically what it is.
There's not a whole lot to even talk about because it's
by all means, I would say go check it out, right? It's like there's a lot of action. It's a fun movie to watch. Like I don't think either of us are saying it's not fun to watch, because there are some cool things that happen in the movie, but it's just not. It's not. It's kind of cheesy, and the storytelling of it is kind of flawed, if that makes sense. It's not really connecting the dots for us, and that's okay. It might connect the dots for you. I don't know. To be fair, I haven't seen Bumblebee in years. I don't know. I think I saw it when it came out in theaters. And that was a long time ago. Like, let me see. It came out in 2018. Yeah, it came out in 2018, 5 years ago. And I saw it that one time. Wasn't a huge fan and haven't really watched it since. So maybe I'm missing something, and I'm okay with admitting that. But I'll definitely be going back and checking it out.
Yeah.
But overall, like I said, there isn't really much to talk about. If you want a fun, interactive movie where it's like, hey, there's a lot of action, this is your type of movie. If you're okay with having a flawed storyline, this would be that type of movie, if that's what you're okay with. Like for me, I can look past that. That's why I gave it a 3.7. I can look past a dull story if it has a lot of action. Just like if it didn't have a lot of action, but it had a good story, same thing, same rules would apply for me. So it really depends on you guys, but I'm excited to see the future. And I do agree with Lewis and Regan that they need to, if they want to revive, if you will, their franchise or their whatever Transformers, you got to go back to the basics. You got to restart, and do some individual stuff. Let us know more about those Optimus Prime. Let's start off with that, right? We got a Bumblebee, but we don't know very much about Optimus Prime, to be honest with you. If we take it based off of the movies, we only know so much, right? Yeah. Having more context is always helpful, and it gets people more engaged.
100%. Well, guys, thank you for listening in today's podcast. What a potty. We did it. Guys, be ready for episode 23 coming at you next Monday. Your boys are going at it. We'll be talking about the Flash and maybe finishing up the interviews, or we'll be doing that maybe the week prior. There's a lot to talk about. We'll see what happens. But guys, thank you so much for listening. If wherever you're listening, either that's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Podbean, or YouTube. Guys, thank you so much for listening, and you can support us by heading to our Instagram or Facebook page and following and liking our content there, as well as you can buy some merch. Merch is out. Congratulations also again to Brendan on winning today's giveaway. We'll be in contact, and guys, thank you so much. We will see you next week. Peace.
Thanks for listening to the Double G Show. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at the Goof and Goober Show. And why don't you check out our Instagram page at the Goof and Goober Show for even more content, and drop a follow. Thanks again, and have a wonderful day.